Hello everyone, welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura and today we are doing another attempt at the owl soap from last time, the one that we cut last time, because there was just way too much pigment and I don't feel comfortable uh, selling that soap the way it is. So we're going to make another one. I am just getting my gloves on here and getting chat set up. Should just take me a moment. If you are new here, welcome. Hi Lorna, welcome. I'm going to just get everything put together. Also, we are going to be unmolding the melt and pour soaps that we made last time on Monday. I have them covered with parchment paper to allow them to breathe, but to keep dust and stuff off of them. So, just gonna set these things aside real quick. Got a couple of things here. I should probably get a couple more soap towels. Just a moment. Okay. All right. We'll also need. Okay, I got the other stuff I need. All right, so I'm also going to use the same fragrance as we did in the last owl soap because I think this fragrance is really, really good, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. So let me show you which one that was. It's called Moon Dust. It smells really good, like berries, and there's some citrus in there, and a little bit of floral notes, but it's mostly the fruit. And that one's by Nature's Garden. I haven't used a lot of their stuff yet, so I wanted to give that a try. Hi, Ian. Welcome. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. Uh-oh. Ian's in trouble now. Okay. Let me just set this aside until we're ready to use it. I'm mad at you. I don't think so. Okay. So I'm going to turn these papers over and we will use them to place the soap. So these are the soaps we made last time. I'm going to go ahead and start unmolding these. I'm going to start with these that don't have anything in them. I'm just going to pull the mold away from the sides like this and push up to pop them out. And this is what it looks like on the opposite side. And this is what the back looks like. So it's pretty on both sides. And then you can see, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but you can see that line where the glitter is right down the middle. It's kind of cool. And then there's a little bit of a rough edge here, so I can just smooth that out. But it honestly doesn't matter. It's pretty cool looking. I'm going to line these up on the paper here. Like that. I'm just going to pull this away from the sides. There is so much glitter on this table right now. It's amazing. Okay, so there's the back of that one. The front. Although I think technically this is supposed to be the front. But anyway. These smell so good. These smell really, really nice. We put in that sunflower fragrance. This has a really nice, happy, warm, floral type scent. It's very, very pretty. It's very happy smelling. It has a little bit of softness to it. Yeah, this was a good choice, I think. And it doesn't appear to be affecting the soap at all. So there's the other side. So this is, like I said, what the front would be. So you can see the details. I mean, this camera is not doing us any favors, but you can see the details of the butterfly a little bit, and then right behind it is that wall of glitter. And then here's the other side. So both sides are really pretty. All right, let's get the rest of these. This is that one that I overfilled, so I had to leave empty. This has the glitter closer to the top of the bar. And here's the pink butterfly. Oops. So you can see the butterfly down inside there with the glitter behind it. Here's this one. This one I think was a white butterfly. Yeah, it's a white one. You see the gold on the wings a little bit, and then you got that glitter back there. It gives it a nice background so that it's not just, floating in the middle of the soap aimlessly. There we go. And there's that green one. There's the other side. All right. This is where we put the fairies. Here's the blue fairy. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick up details, but you can kind of make her out in there. In person, it's a lot more obvious that it's a fairy, but on the camera, it's not focusing, of course. Here's the other side of that. All right. And then here's the green fairy. She's off to the side. And then here's the other side of that. I'll try to keep these in frame as much as I can. There we go. All right, and these are the two small white butterflies. Here's that side. Whoops. Just going to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, the gold really does show up well against the white. Yep. A lot of the things that the camera needs help showing off are a lot more obvious in person. This is the white fairy. And there's the back. So we ended up with 12 bars. Some of them have fairies and butterflies, and some of them are just empty. These will probably have to be shrink wrapped right away to prevent them from absorbing moisture in the air. I'm considering planing off one side so that these edges smooth out, but I don't want to do that because it will also make that side of the soap dull. And if there's any glitter that's floated to the top, it'll risk like making drag marks across the soap. So I think I may just leave these edges alone. It really doesn't matter, but I don't want to make the soap look less pretty just to get the little edges here on one side smoothed down a little bit. I don't think that the payoff will be worth it. These little tiny pieces of soap in here look like gemstones. Really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside so that we don't get even more glitter in the soap. I don't mind glitter, but I know some people would rather have less of it in their life. So I'm going to try not to over contaminate. I can never guarantee that there won't be glitter in any soap because, if I use glitter at all, see, it just goes on everything. So this owl might get contaminated with a little bit of glitter, but that's okay. I'm going to try to contain as much as I can and reduce the risk slightly. Okay, so I got some of this up. And then what I'm also going to do is move the soaps themselves, just so that we don't end up with, the soaps dropping any glitter. I don't think they will, but I don't want to risk it. I'm trying to think of a good place to put this. I should have thought ahead. I could put them on a shelf, but I was thinking I could put them on a tray first or something to support them so they don't fall. And I don't want to stack them because I don't want them. I don't want to stack them because I don't want them to scratch each other and damage each other. Okay, so I think actually what I'll do is I'm going to leave these on the table for now because I don't want to risk anything happening to them. And I'm just going to move them off to the side. Let me grab another spatula and I will lay the spatula over the top of this. That will hold the paper down so that, none of the soap batter gets on them in case it scuffs them up or something. Oh, also this is part of the reason why I was considering fixing those owls. So this is the spatula that we use to scrape out the pink. And this will probably come off over time, but I didn't want this to happen, this color to happen to somebody's bathroom. So yeah, it doesn't stain everything. You can see it didn't stain the handle. It doesn't seem to stain smooth surfaces, but that rubber end definitely got a little bit of the neon in it. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put these in the sink so that way they don't transfer any glitter. Probably going to have to change my gloves, and then we will move on to fixing the owls. Just checking what you're saying here. They're cute. Yeah, thank you, Lorna. Yeah, they are, Stacey. I really am glad those came out cute. You never can tell with Mountain Pour. Well, anything really. I guess you can't always predict it, but I like how you can see through them, and then you got like the different layers with the glitter and stuff. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun effects you can do. I think it'd be really cool one day to do like a little diorama where you've got like a background, and then you got like a midground and a foreground. Maybe like a sun in the sky or clouds or something. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get started. Let me get the gloves on again, and we will move on to the owls. And I mentioned in the beginning, the fragrance I'm using is called Moon Dust. I thought it'd be cute because we're doing owls. It's by Nature's Garden. It smells really good. It's like a blend of berries and citrus and some other notes, like a little bit of florals and some kind of warm base notes. It smells really good actually. And the first thing I notice when I smell it is the berries, and then I smell the citrus, and then I smell everything else. So this fragrance definitely has some very nice layers to it. And also this time, I have put the colorants in little containers, so we are not going to have a repeat of that last disaster. Let's hope. And got my containers here. I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. We need to do this first. So these are the oils. I've melted them down, but they've cooled off considerably. So you can see how it's starting. It got really thick. But that will not matter. Oh, one more thing I have to show you. So when we made that melt and pour soap, I took the extras out of that container and I added a little bit of shimmery gold to it. You can kind of see. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's a little bit shimmery, and it's a really pretty gold color. So I made that as well, just so that we wouldn't waste the leftover melt and pour. And that's probably just going to be like my little test. I'll use the plastic from the oil to wrap this piece. So normally I would wrap it like this and then like shrink wrap it because it's melt and pour and you got to do that right away. So, okay, I just wanted to show you that I did use the scraps from that project to make a little tester bar. So, all right, here's the lye. And making sure I don't need to show you anything else. Oh, this is the bottle for the moon dust. But I poured the remaining into here. Let me move this as well. And I want to put on my face shield real quick. It's got glitter on it. Okay. Okay, So I think what we'll do first is I want to make sure that this oil is completely like melted all the way down. I'm sure it is, but I'm going to add the fragrance to it and blend that in and just make sure everything's mixed really well together before I add the light water. And then after that, we're gonna have to move kind of quick, um, divide it up into the different colors and get that going. And then I have the little owls made. I could show you those. It's the same as before. A little row of black owls. That's the rest of my black. I only have a tiny bit left. So I either have to make more or we need to do a different colored project. But I've got some ideas. I've got a bunch of different colors. All right, so making sure this is on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. Okay. I'm just going to mix this in. Okay. So you can see how it is still liquid. It's just thicker than normal because it's cooled off after melting. All right. Let's pour this. This is the lye water. And I'm just going to do like before, where I'm going to essentially barely mix it together and then divide it up into the different containers. And then we'll add the colors and go from there. Okay. This looks really thick, but I think partially it's just because the oils are really, say cold is not the right word, but they're probably below what normal room temperature is at. It's probably around like 60-ish. Okay. I want mostly pink again. Okay, this needs a little bit more. It looks like a ice cream shake or something. Okay. Need a towel. All right. Okay, so the pink will go in here. And let's put the purple in this one. I can always add more if we need to, but I'm trying not to have a repeat of last time. It's the orange. And then we'll do the pink, the orange. Actually, let's do the orange. Nah, let's do the pink first, because I want to make sure that it stays pink. Okay, so there's the pink. There we go. See how that's a lighter pink than last time? And also, it took way less pigment. It did not need as much as it had last time. One thing I do remember about these pigments is just how potent they are. You don't need very much. I mean, you don't need a lot of micas anyway, but these, for whatever reason, are just really vibrant. Okay. Yeah, last time it was almost red. It was so just bold. Okay. We'll set that one aside to do the orange. Hopefully without dripping too much. Got the safety cone orange going on. Okay. I'll scrape off most of this and then do the purple. Because the colors are so potent, I don't like to mix as much as I can. I try to clean them out between colors because they will muddy each other. Let me just set this aside, clean this up. And I'll get this orange off of here. Okay. Okay. So that's much, much better. Set that aside. Okay. All right, now we'll do the purple. There we go. Okay. So we got a nice bright purple. Okay. So what we're going to do is, like before, we'll put a little bit of the purple in first, and then we'll layer the colors in between, and we'll try to do the pink at the top as much as we can. And then we'll do a pretty swirl on the top. And then hopefully this time when I cut it, I will cut it the correct way. All right. This has a little like cut mark. The mold, it had like a defect when I got it. Okay. Tapping out air bubbles. Oh dear, that was not what I wanted. Okay. You can see the bubbles coming to the top. All right. Pour in some of this purple. Tilting it to the sides. Okay. Now we're going to do the orange. We're going to do a little bit of like purple orange probably, and then move on to the pink and start adding the pink. I'm going to try to do this where you guys can see what's going on. I decided to use the shorter pictures today instead of the long ones, just because. There we go. Because I knew this would thicken up a little bit, and I didn't want it to affect, like when it has to go down that long spout. It just takes a little bit longer to pour, and I didn't want the soap to thicken up or anything. So, okay, that's a lot of purple and orange there. We'll start adding in the pink. There's a little bit of this like natural color soap on the end. I'm going to scrape that off and just mix it in a little bit, just so that it doesn't come out like in the soap bars, because I want the whole thing to be brightly pigmented. Oops. Okay. Okay, we've got a good layer of pink in there. I'll go back to the purple. I'm just drizzling these colors in back and forth like this. Okay. Orange. Okay. And then pink. And then we'll put the owls in. Okay. After we tap this down. So I think this is thick enough to support the weight of the owls. It appears that it is. Oh, also we got to do the little mica line. I'm going to use this little bag and see if this has large enough holes for this to work as a mica line. We shall see, because I still did not get the little tea strainer out for various reasons, but okay. We don't need too much of this. Okay, there we go. Just going to put it in here. Oh yeah, that's working great. That worked really good. Put a little bit more. Okay, I'll put a little more because that worked out really good. And I'll just I'll actually like keep the spoon in here and just kind of, yeah, that's perfect. Actually, I kind of like that better than the tea strainer. I think it comes out with a little bit finer of a line. I'm going to turn this because it's not, because of the way I'm shaking it in there, it's not getting in perfect. Okay. All right, perfect. So now I want the cuts to go this way for the bars. Excuse me. So I'm going to put the lines here so I remember which way. And then this way when we go to cut it, the owls will be in the right spot. Okay, let's move all this while the soap is thickening. Okay. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's going to stay together. I might have to put this in 2 sections. We'll see. Okay. So here's the little owls. Super cute. And let me just see if it's too, it is a little bit wide. Let me take off a little one on the end. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're gonna, let me just see which way the owls are facing. They're facing this way. So I'm gonna put them back here and we'll just gently let them rest on there. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to put in some of the pink on both sides to kind of support the owls so that they don't tip over. And then we'll continue with the colors like we've been doing. And I want to do the pink because that was the last color we used. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. I'm pouring this onto the spatula so that it can pour off onto the soap, the top of the soap here. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to kind of bounce it and move it over so that it's spread out a little bit. Same on this side. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to tap it. And you see how the owls are staying put, mostly. All right. Move some of this over a little more. Okay. I think as far as like whether or not, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of this purple again. Just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the orange. And since that's kind of got blobbed over there, I'm just going to use this toothpick here to kind of push it and help it to spread out a little bit more. There we go. And then we'll carry on with the pink. Okay, there we go. Just tap this out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit more of the purple here. And then a little more pink. I mean, orange rather, sorry. And then we'll finish with the pink on top, and then I will do the swirls like before. Big air bubble. Okay, perfect. Okay. Just going to smooth this out. All right, that looks pretty good there. So now we just need to add a little bit of each of these other colors on top so that we can do the swirls. And then, of course, pour some of this into little mini single bar, individual bar. There we go. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Internet went down again? Man, it's almost like you live in the middle of nowhere or something. Oh, let me just make sure the bubbles aren't. Okay. Making sure you guys can see also. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then, yeah, let's just go like that. Okay, so I think that's okay. Should probably clean up these edges a little bit in the front and the back here. So I will scrape this down because otherwise it's just going to be hanging off the edge of the bar. And even though this is the part I marked, I'm going to go ahead and scrape this down anyway. And then I will just remark it. So plus I'll be able to tell now because of the way I did the other stuff. So, okay. So when we pull this out, we'll know that it's this direction. So I'm going to leave this alone. And let me get that little individual bar. Look at this table. Look what I've done. Oh. I feel like sometimes I should just take all my mica and like make pretty designs on the table and then cover it with resin. It probably looks so cool. I need the little spray bottle for this. Let me go, because I don't want to set the mold on top of that if I can avoid it, because it will then make everything it touches turn blue. And this is just rubbing alcohol in the spray bottle. I use it to clean my work surfaces and tools and stuff. It kind of sanitizes them after I wash everything. Okay, so that got rid of the worst of it. Like, I'm not worried about it transferring to other stuff now. And then eventually the rest of the color will either wear off or I can come back and like wash it better and get more of it off. But okay, so another thing, when I made that other pink bar, this is the stain left behind. In my experience, this always comes off. It just does. Like the color like gets into the what is it, silicone. It gets into the silicone and it makes it look really terrible like this, but then like a few days later, or however long, it just comes out on its own. And I've never had any, like, these have all been stained before and like you can tell they don't look stained anymore. So whoops, I don't know why it does that, but it just does. And so basically what I'm saying is that looks a whole lot worse than it really is, because that will come out eventually. I'm guessing anyway. Of course, in the past I have never used that much colorant, so maybe this time I'll be wrong, but hopefully not. I'm predicting that it won't be as bad as I think. But we will use that one to put our soap in. Move this. Don't think there's much of the pink left, but I'll get what I can out. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do my best to do this in frame and kind of scrape this all down. And you guys can't see anything. I should have probably just used one of the long pouring spout things for this. Okay, there we go. Some of that dark blue, that dark navy blue mica that I use for the mica line is in here. So, whoops, if we're lucky, we'll end up with some really cool, like, dark blue patches or swirls or something. Okay. All right. Okay. So, gonna tap this down real quick. Hopefully we'll get out any big air bubbles. Okay. And next we will take the +1 chopstick of texture. I'm going to go all the way down and kind of swirl it. And that way, hopefully, any of that blue, that dark navy blue that's in there will make a cool design. We shall see. Okay, so far this looks okay. It's got kind of a cool swirly swirl in there as well. I'm mesmerized with the pouring. Yep, I need to get better with my angles and stuff like that so you guys can actually see what's going on for the times when I mess up and like have the stupid pot directly directly in front of the camera so you can't see anything. It's kind of defeats purpose, but yes. And your computer crashed. Yeah, you're not having a very good day, are you? Still need to make that Ian themed soap. Should the Ian soap be trains or dinosaurs or robots, or what should we make it? Random wires. The orange soap, yes. Well, somebody was saying put you in a soap and then let you eat your way out. That might have been Patty. But I don't think the eat your way out part would be advisable. But the rest of it, we could put you in a soap somehow. I'm just wiping these clean with the whatever this is called, towel, soap towel. Although, yeah, technically the orange soap. I mean, that was your suggestion, but you are not in that soap necessarily. Like, it doesn't, unless you use that kind of soap all the time, and therefore it represents you in another way. Should tell us what soap would represent you the best. Like, somebody could look at soap and be like, oh, yeah, we could tell that was Ian inspired. There's that one. Oh, maybe his internet's went out again. Maybe I scared him with threats of putting him in soap. I don't think I could scare him, though. Must be his internet's. Alas, we will have to wait and see his answer some other time. However, if anybody else has any suggestions for soap, or designs, or fragrances, or colors, or just anything, let me know so I can make it for you. Or just make it for the channel, or make it for whatever reason. And oh, that dark navy blue was by Nurture Soap. And in case you guys want any of that stuff, I have links where you can get it down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, or if you enjoy what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing, because it really helps me out. And thank you all to those of you who have already liked and subscribed. And I will be back again Monday. We can unmold the soap and cut it and make another design. I just need some good ideas from you guys. Okay. Oh, Stacy has to go. Have a good night, Stacy. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys on Monday.